All right, welcome to part 2 of the Magna Carta, where I will explain your homework assignment. It's gonna bring up my page here. Now, with this Google Doc, first of all, what you're going to need to do, you're going to need to click File, make a copy. Please do entire presentation, and then get rid of the copy of, and put your name there, please. And then click OK. After that loads, now you'll notice that it's pretty small coming up. So my suggestion, I'm only going to bring it up to 50%, but you could definitely have it where you zoom in more so that it's easier to read it. But what we've done on the very first page here is have it where you're going to use your own words, so just like 1 or 2 sentences, to explain the 4 major principles that came from the Magna Carta. So again, going back to here, we've got our limited government, rule of law, individual rights, and shared power. And so what you'll do is, now one thing just a heads up is you're going to need to do a text box. So click that and just have it where you go like this, inside like that, and then you can start writing down in your own words what this principle means. Just explain it to me. And you'll do that for all 4 of them. Don't worry about the part that says in action. I'm not going to require you to draw a picture unless you really want to get creative using Google Docs and have it where you, or I guess this is technically Google Slides, and try to create a picture in there, but I'm not requiring that. I just want you to have it where you're going to put a text box in here, in each box, in the red boxes, I guess we'll say, and 1 or 2 sentences that explains each of these principles. Now, going on to the next page, what I want you to do, I have some quotes that are directly from the Magna Carta. That's for page 2 and 3. And all you have to do is read the quote. So this first one here says, "No free man shall be seized or imprisoned or stripped of his rights or possessions or outlawed or exiled or deprived of his standing in any other way, nor will we proceed with force against him or send others to do so, except by the lawful judgment of his equals or by the law of the land." So it's a lot of words, but in there, now it says here to turn text to red for those that apply. I'll give you a hint. There's always going to be more than one for each one of these. All right. Sometimes it might just be 2. Sometimes it might be 3. And for this one here, I definitely I'm seeing that they're talking about the rights of a person. So I know for sure that individual rights, that is definitely what is being referred to here in this quote. But also, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, so they're talking about these rights, about how you can't just seize or imprison or strip of his rights or possessions a free man. You can't, there's a lot of things that you can't do without due cause. There has to be a lawful judgment by his equals or by the law of the land before you can do that. So that means that there's not absolute power. So that tells me that, we've got a limited government here. So that means that the law is what is most important, and everyone has to answer that, and the government doesn't just have free reign. And so then what I would do, because this part here says the how, explain how those principles are seen in this quote. So I could just write down something along this line. So free men, and you are welcome to make the writing a little bit bigger if it's way too small. Actually, I think I'll do that for my purposes of this video. That way you can see it a little bit more clearly. So free men have certain rights given to them. And so, like, if I wanted to, and you don't have to include this part, but I could also explain how things will not, things will not be taken from him or done to him. And this alone, so just that concept right here, that actually has it where it limits what government can or cannot do. All right, so it's really just one sentence, and I'm explaining how this quote right here, that's directly from the Magna Carta, I'm showing how to me, I look at that and I see limited government being talked about here. I also see individual rights being talked about here. And so I have it where I, in my own words, just write that down. Now you are allowed to copy this. That's not a problem. But what I want you to do is you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I want you to do on your own. All right, so you have your first page where you write in your own words the 4 major principles from the Magna Carta. And then for pages 2 and 3, you will have it where you, in red, you highlight the part of the principle that's at work from this quote. And like I said, you'll always have more than one. And then you'll have it where in your own words, you explain how you see those principles in this quote. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help. If you are not understanding something, we can either have it through email that we figure this out, or we can even arrange a Zoom call if it's not making sense. But hopefully through the videos and my explanation and reading the instructions, this should be able to be a doable homework assignment for you. All right, take care, and I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. See ya.